Hey, what's up guys? My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and today we're going to talk about the best used phones you can buy at any budget. Let's say you got 50 bucks or let's say you got $450. We're going to talk about the top 7 phones you can buy with any budget. You ready? Let's begin. Alright guys, starting off the list, we have the BLU R1 HD, and you can pick this up for around $56. If you want to buy it used, it's $58.65, but if you want to buy it with the Amazon Prime exclusive offers, you can get it for $53.45. The BLU R1 HD is a very simple phone. It's 5 inches, it's 720p resolution, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and it's Android 6.0. The phone doesn't have any of those fancy features like wireless charging, quick charging, NFC, but at this price point, you really can't expect those things. But this device does have a headphone jack, and the battery is pretty small at 2500 milliamps. On the upside, it doesn't take much to keep the phone running since it's not a super intense phone. And as of with the next phone I'm going to talk about, it's a Prime exclusive variant, so you do have lock screen ads and offers. But you can actually get a third-party lock screen to ditch the ads if you want, so at the same time you're saving some money. Now what's nice about this phone that it's so cheap, you can give it to someone that doesn't want a smartphone but you're making them get a smartphone, which I did for my mom, or you can actually give it to a kid and have them use it to watch YouTube or anything like that. A very cheap phone, something you can just get up and running, and maybe you just want to have a burner phone because you out here, slinging dope. Whatever you do, I don't judge, but this is how you do it. So let's say the blue phone isn't for you and you got a few more dollars. Well then, take a look at the Moto G 4th generation. The Moto G 4th generation you can find for just under $100. If you get it from Amazon, you can get it for $115, Swappa, good condition $70, and on eBay $113. This phone is actually pretty solid. It's a 5.5 inch display, 1080p rear camera, 3000 milliamp battery, but once again doesn't have the crazy features like fingerprint scanning to unlock the phone, wireless charging, or anything like that. And it's also a mostly plastic build. Once again, under 100 bucks, solid phone, no questions asked, and that's about it. So we're actually gonna jump up a little bit in price, and we're gonna be at $225, and this is where the Honor 6X comes into play. Now new, you can get the Honor for $250, but there's a couple used ones out there for $225. Now, I do have the Honor 5X. Actually, my wife has it. She's been using it for about a year now, and the Honor 6X is going to be her upgrade when we do upgrade her phone really soon. The Honor 6X is a budget phone with premium features. It has the super fast fingerprint scanner, has a metal build, and the back is curved a little bit to fit better in your hand. Also have dual cameras, which can help with focusing. It lets you do that aperture. After you take the picture, you can blur the background out, get a little bokeh effect. It also has a second lens for monochrome images. I mean, it has some premium features at a non-premium price tag. It's a solid phone, very loud speaker, great looking 1080p display. I mean, it's just a budget phone with premium features, and my wife loves the 5X, and the 6X is just going to be another improvement. I'm actually going to review the 6X on my channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button right beneath the like button if you want to see that video really soon. Like I said, on Amazon you can find it for $224 used, or you can pay the $250 and get it brand new. All right, and what you're going to see when you start spending more money is that you're going to have more accessories, which is really nice. So you can get those good cases, you can get all the things that are for the phone, and also you can get yourself a nice D brand skin. And D brand skins come into play especially when you're buying used phones. Let's say you buy a used phone, has a couple scratches on the back, toss a D brand skin on it that can hide the scratches, and you also get a pretty cool looking device. But most importantly, hide any scratches, hide any imperfections, and also give yourself a little bit of grip. S7 is very slippery. OnePlus 3T is slippery too. So D brand skin is the link down below. Very first link, give it a click. All right guys, we're moving up to $325, and for $325 you can get yourself an iPhone 6s. Certified refurbished, it's $360. Swappa good condition, it's $320, and on eBay refurbished, it's $300. The iPhone 6s may come as a surprise to be on this list, but the 6s has came down in price a lot. You're not losing much from the iPhone 7, you're actually gaining something, the headphone jack. There's no water resistance, and performance may be a little bit slower with the newer software, but Apple's highly optimized hardware means that you're going to be having a solid phone for a while, and also Apple supports their phones for a very long time. Now you'll receive an iOS update for many years to come, and as far as specs, this phone isn't a slouch. It does have a 4K camera, has a very speedy fingerprint reader, and it also has the 3D touch. So if you want to hop in the Apple ecosystem or you've been there before, this is a way to do it. You can kind of sneak in there under budget compared to what you're looking at for other Apple products. All right, this is where things get really interesting. I've went back and forth, and I'm sure some of you guys are not going to agree with these statements here, but the next phone for $336 we're going to look at is the Axon 7. Now Amazon, very good. You can get it for $340, Swap a good $340, eBay, excellent condition, is actually $330. The Axon 7 is a phone I never had a chance to review, but everyone seems to love the phone. It has a ton of great features on a phone at a non-flagship price. I mean, let's take a look. Has 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, 20 megapixel rear 4K shooter, a 3250 milliamp battery, and the Snapdragon 820 processor. You pair that up with Android 6 and you got yourself one heck of a $400 phone. The display is 5.5 inches and it's Quad HD. Also has dual front-facing speakers, even has a fingerprint scanner on the back, NFC, Quick Charge 3.0, and with all these features, it kind of leaves you wondering, like, what does this phone not have? Very good phone, and you can get it for a really solid price. Now let's say you have almost $400, $375. You can grab yourself a Galaxy S7. The word budget when it comes to Galaxy devices, usually not in the same sentence, but usually when the newer version comes out, you can actually snag the last year's model for pretty cheap, especially when people start to get desperate and they want that hot newness. Now the Galaxy S7 is not going to be one of those phones that just becomes obsolete when the new one comes out. I mean, this phone has 4 gigabytes of RAM, Quad HD resolution, AMOLED display, 3000 milliamp battery, expandable storage, Android 7.0, and also IP68 water and dust resistant, meaning if your phone takes a spill, have the peace of mind knowing that your phone will be fully protected. Also, Samsung has been getting better when it comes to updates, so I don't think your phone will be obsolete next year. And Samsung phones actually age pretty well. You'll see a lot of people out there with a couple-year-old Samsung devices, which is pretty cool to see. The S7 is actually a really good phone, very solid phone. I used it for most of the year, and now my dad has it, and it's a very good phone. So if you want to get a really good phone, last year's spec'd out beast for pretty cheap, then wait till the S8 come out in a couple more weeks, and then from there you can grab an S7 for pretty cheap. Last but not least, let's say you have about $415 and you want to get yourself the best bang for your buck phone. What are you going to get? What I'm going to get is the OnePlus 3T. The OnePlus 3T averages $415. You can actually find it new on Amazon for that price, but on Swappa they're still going for around the same price. This phone has 6 gigabytes of RAM, a 3400 milliamp battery, Snapdragon 821, 16 megapixel camera with 4K video. In addition to that, it has a fingerprint sensor. The phone doesn't have expandable storage, but the base storage of 64 gigabytes is just enough to store anything you want. It's a 5.5 inch screen, but it does have a 1080p display, which is kind of a bummer, but that gives you that extra long battery life. Also, the software on board is Oxygen OS, which is like stock Android, but with a lot of features on top of it, making it a really nice OS and very desirable for a lot of people. The OnePlus 3T was my pick as the phone to beat for this year, and at that price, it's still a very solid phone, and a lot of people are holding on to them. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. If I get a lot of likes, I'm gonna keep doing these types of videos, and maybe my channel will be like the Kelly Blue Book of phones, letting you know what to spend on what phones, and maybe I'll do this video seasonal. So let me know below if you like this type of video. Also, if you picked a phone up, let me know down below. Tell me what phone you got, and make sure you use my links too. Get a little kickback, and it makes me keep making videos. As always, guys, I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you folks later.
KTTN, say it again. Tell a friend that it's him again. Hey, yo, real talk, opinions gon' be sharper than 4K. Scope Squad, eat it up, simmer it, saute. Ninja got reviews and brands galore. You ain't never seen a channel like this before. No hashtag.